Hi, my name is Bryce. I'm with 5280 Exteriors, and today we're going to go through the 5 most common questions that customers are asking about siding replacement. First, it is which siding material best handles Colorado's climate? 2, what are the new 2026 fire code requirements? 3, how much does siding replacement cost in Colorado? 4, do you have experience with hail resistance installation? And 5, when is the best time of year to replace siding? We will start with which siding material best handles Colorado's climate. So in Colorado, that would be fiber cement siding. And James Hardie is going to be the main product that's out here. Really is not any other competitors that Hardie has. The reason Hardie works in Colorado is durability. So it withstands hail damage, very impact resistant. The other thing it does do is it will, in terms of longevity, the paint will last longer. It is Class A fire rated, so it'll hold up to the fire risk in Colorado. The other portion of it is it can hold up to the freeze-thaw cycles in Colorado. We'll have times when it is 0 degrees and we'll have times when it is upper 90s. So that takes a big toll on building materials. And in terms of James Hardie, it is virtually dimensionally stable. So over a 50-foot span, it only has a maximum expansion rate of 1/8 of an inch. What does that mean in terms of the product itself? It'll last longer. And in terms of paint or finishes, the finishes will last longer on the product as well. Okay, so the second question is, what are the new 2026 fire code requirements? I'm going to answer this in terms of what's required on a siding project. So the major change is going to be that you need to look at the product that you're purchasing. So again, this goes back to James Hardie. James Hardie is Class A fire rated. So that is a requirement if you are in a higher risk fire zone. The other thing that you're going to be required to do in all the jobs is you are going to be required to install ember resistant mesh on all the vents. So that would be on soffit vents, that could be on gable vents. So when you replace James Hardie siding and you replace the fascia board, you do need to remove the gutters and install new gutters. In doing that, you'll also need to install the gutter cover. How much does siding replacement cost in Colorado? So this is a tough one to answer because it'll vary so much. We could talk in terms of ballparks. The reason that it's going to vary so much is going to be if you do the siding, but you don't do the soffit and fascia. But if you do the siding, soffit, and fascia, and then you have a different wall system, so maybe we add OSB or insulation, you're going to have a pretty wide range. But typically speaking, most siding jobs in Colorado are going to cost anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000, and larger jobs and larger homes, it can be up into $100,000. Okay, the fourth question that is asked is, do you have experience with hail resistant installation? This is kind of interesting because installation itself doesn't necessarily impact how hail resistant the siding project is. That's going to typically fall within the product itself. So in terms of impact resistance, and if we look at the different categories of siding in Colorado and the different options you really have fiber cement, which is James Hardie. You have engineered wood, which would be like an LP product or a true wood. And then you're also gonna have vinyl products or composites. So when we rank those, obviously fiber cement is going to be the most impact resistant. So it's going to be resistant to hail, woodpeckers, any impacts basically. Then when we go to engineered wood is also impact resistant. The drawback to engineered wood doesn't meet the fire code as required in Colorado. And that's as a cladding itself. There are systems where you can make the wall assembly more fire resistant, but as a cladding, engineered wood does not meet that because it is made of wood. Last of all is going to be vinyl siding. So any PVC product or cladding is going to be the most susceptible to impacts. These are typically the siding projects that you see on the news when a house looks like they've been pelted and have cracks or holes all over the house from hail. The last question was, when is the best time of year to replace siding? So the beauty with this, with James Hardie, is they have created a system that allows installers such as our company to install James Hardie year-round. The key component to that is the sealants. They have partnered with OSI, and their Quad Max product can be applied underwater and on top of moisture. So that allows James Hardie to be installed at any time of year. Now, if there was a preference, obviously Spring, summer, and fall are ideal. We have longer days to work, but we absolutely can install any time of year. Hopefully this helped answer some common questions, and thanks, and we will see you next time.